Greetings everybody, Okami Games Online. Welcome back to more Persona 5. Last time, we said our final goodbyes, and we took off back home. And in this episode, it's the first bonus episode. So, you might notice our file was completed, as you can tell by the completed on the file. But because of that, we are going to be entering New Game Plus. New Game Plus, well, you'll basically be able to carry over some stuff. Here, I've got a clip to show you what New Game Plus is gonna be about. Along with that, you get a trophy that we didn't show at the end of the last episode. But that aside, let's load up this completed file. And the first thing I want to show is something. For New Game Plus, you will be able to inherit some of your clear data as you start the game anew. Yes, I would like to inherit clear data. You get your social status carried over, your persona compendiums carried over, your skill cards are carried over, your equipment, your money, and your playtime. And any special items you receive from your confidant relationships, you will keep. Not only that, you might recall we got a Christmas present from On. Because of that, our confidant relationship will grow more quickly when we have a persona with the same arcana as them, faster than normal. On lots of outings with your confidant without raising their rank, don't bring a persona that matches their arcana. And farewell presents. Thanks to your confidant's farewell presents, some of their confidant abilities will unlock immediately after they become your confidant once again.
This story is a work of fiction. Similarities between characters or events to persons living or dead in your world are purely coincidental. Only those who have agreed to the above have the privilege of partaking in this game.
Now this takes us back to the very first episode of Persona 5. You might have wondered since then, what happens if you choose I do not agree? Well...
I see. Everything that happens from here on in is real. Is that your cognition of this? Then unfortunately, I cannot allow you to partake of this game. I must ask that you leave.
Yeah, it just kicks you back to the title screen. That's kind of funny that they put that in there. And it's also a nice touch that has a lot more meaning now that we've beaten the game. That our cognition of this game is that everything that occurs in it is real from now on. It's something that when you play the game for the first time, you won't think anything of it. But now that you've completed the game, it has a lot more meaning than it did back then. But that's the opening stuff I wanted to go over. Now, most of the other things that's going to be covered in this episode are going to be things around town that you have the choice of doing, but we didn't really do a whole lot of because we spent time maxing our confidants. Let's go take a look at some of those things that we can do. Alright, starting things off here, we're back here in Kamoshida's palace, once again.
Let's do it.
First thing to show, saving. When you actually have a New Game Plus file going, you get a grail next to your file and some stars, showing that you have beaten the game and this is New Game Plus. Really nice touch. There's always something like that in these games for New Game Plus. Next, I got curious, because we never actually did show this. This is bad. The security level in here is too high. Our lives will be in danger if we keep exploring any longer. We need to retreat, Joker. Just hold on a sec. We could probably go a little...
We should give up for now.
The number of shadows is rapidly increasing. We need to leave. Hurry. And that's what happens when your detection level reaches 100%. Not too surprising. because we already knew that you get thrown out of the dungeon. But I never showed it, so I figured might as well go back and show it. Now we've shown the stuff I wanted to show in the dungeons themselves. Let's go to actual real-life things that we're doing in reality. Welcome back to reality. It's been a long time. Alright, we're back here in reality. Most of what we're going to be showing is the shops we didn't visit. We got DVD rental shops, where you can rent DVDs, you know, because it's called a DVD rental shop. But basically, you can rent DVDs to watch at home, and they'll increase your social stats. Pretty much the same thing as movies, in a nutshell. We got a crepe shop here, but we can't do anything with it. There's, of course, the beef bowl shop. Can't really do anything there except, obviously, working. We've got this, but we'll show that later. Trust me, it will be worth the wait. We have the arcade here, which I don't think there's anything of importance in the arcade. Honestly, we have, at the end of the day, covered most of the bases. But there are still a few other things we might not have shown, which is why I'm doing this. Convenience store. But I think we were already here as well because we worked here before.
What would you like?
But, you know, you got your stuff here that you can buy. We've got a drugstore. I don't think we ever did go to the drugstore.
What would you like?
Yeah, you've got items. It's a shop. There's nothing else to explain. And there's a gift shop here.
Welcome.
Which, they do have one item that you're going to want to get a lot of for New Game Plus. Protein. Just buy a lot of protein. It'll make sense in time. Alright, so that's most of the stuff that's in this segment. So let's go to the Underground Mall. Once again, it's going to be mostly just us checking out shops.
Welcome.
We've got some more gifts that we can give to our confidants. Over here, we've got an accessory shop.
Hey.
Basically, yeah, it's what you think it is. It's an accessory shop. You buy accessories. Flower shop we already went to because we had to work there. There's another accessory shop over here.
Have you made your decision?
So that way you can negate certain status ailments. Over here,
What would you like?
it's another gift shop. There's a music store. Again, another gift shop. And supermarket here.
What would you like?
Yeah, you can buy more gifts here. There's just, in general, a lot of places where you can get gifts for confidants. Alright, so that's everything I wanted to show during the daytime. But there is still something I want to show that you can do at nighttime. Well, actually, there might be something else I can do. Since we haven't actually used it before, let's use the washing machine.
Hey,
So basically, you put some gear in. You can also now quick travel here. I do believe this eats time, so you gotta be careful. The washing machine in our room would be nice. But we unfortunately do not.
and finished.
And there's basically a set of items that
Let's head back.
a piece of dirty gear can yield. And it's completely random what you get. But you can put up to 4 pieces of gear into the washing machine. That may not seem like much, but keep that in mind for later. Next, back at home, I don't believe we ever made curry. So why don't we make curry?
Hey,
Yes, the chief taught us to make curry. Costs time to pass, but you can make special curry that restores SP. This may prove useful.
what do you want to do?
I'm not actually gonna make curry, but it's there for you to do. I just wanted to show that it was a thing that you had a choice of doing. The main thing I wanted to do was something we never checked, was this chair here.
Oh, you want to do it?
This allows us to do training.
Yes.
I've got a fighting
Nice
spirit.
going.
And this is why I recommended you buy those protein shakes. Because if we take the protein... well, you'll see what the end result is.
Now, let's carry out our plan.
We use the chair to reach the beam
Okay.
here. And... because of that,
Nice going.
Alright.
your max HP increases by 5. It may not seem like much, but if you keep doing this, that'll make a big deal. And on top of that, you can keep doing this, because this is what I recommend you do in replacement of going to, like, the bathhouse, because you don't need to do that anymore, because this is New Game Plus. All your social stats are already at the max.
Alright.
And because of that protein we use, we get another extra max HP. So our max HP essentially just went up by 6 right here, right now. Alright, well that's what that is. But something that is also nice about this... well, we'll see what that nice thing is in 1 second. Alright, we're back here. I loaded a future save. So now we're
Oh,
here much
you wanna
later.
do it?
When you train for long enough, which I've already done on this save,
Yes.
well, yeah, obviously take the protein. You always want to take the protein.
Now, let's carry out our plan.
And this... well, yeah, it's a good pace, but
Nice going.
you might notice from this,
Alright.
our max HP instead went up by 6. If you train consistently enough, the amount of max HP you get from this will go up over time.
Alright.
Well then.
And there's one more thing regarding this that I want to show. So let's fast forward to another save from the future. Fast forward to when we're trying to take down Kanashiro.
Oh,
We've trained
you
pretty
wanna do it?
consistently now. So what happens?
Yes.
Well, we take the protein, of course. No reason not to do that.
Now, let's carry out our plan. Yep.
Yeah, Morgana's hitching a ride on you now, which is really funny.
Nice going.
But he says let's try a different method, which means we've done this consistently enough that there's something we might get
Alright.
next time. And yeah, we
Alright.
barely broke a sweat, so our max HP only went up by 1 there. Normally it goes up by 7.
Well then.
But I guess there's going to be another session. But we're going to take a break from this little side thing, because there's a few other side things I want to show. So let's take a look at those, and then we may return to this. Alright, why don't we take a break from flexing our muscles, and let's flex our mind instead. There's a crossword puzzle here.
Hey, hey.
Let's give a crossword puzzle a try.
Make sure you close up.
Don't play around with those puzzles for too long, alright? It says this page is the coffee and cafe section. Type of coffee bean. Blue. So you have to try to figure out what would go here. And I happen to know this one. This is Blue Mountain. So it already gets rid of a lot of our others. And you get trivia along with that.
I see. Nice.
So we were able to figure that out, and because of that, we got a nice knowledge boost. It's a good distraction if you want it. Or if you need the knowledge boost, you can do that. But I never needed to use crossword puzzles, so maybe that tells you something? Anyway, now we've flexed our mind, let's get back to flexing our muscles. You thought I was gonna go back to that crummy little chair, huh? Ha! That's for another day. We are instead here at the gym, but before that, something that I failed to show off so far is... If we go, let's take, who should we take? Let's take, Mishima, for example. You might notice, we're only ranked 2 with him, yet we have a lot of skills with him for some reason. That is because those are the gift skills. You can tell because there's a present next to those icons. Those are the abilities we got from him because we got his gift in the last run at the end of the game. So we have those right off the bat. Well, not exactly right off the bat. You still, in order to get them, have to initiate the Confidant. Once you've done that, you get those skills back. Now that I've shown that off, you gotta pay 2,000 yen, but... let's see what we might be able to do here. We are spending money, so I hope the outcome is something better than what we've been doing with that chair. Hey, welcome. You came with your friend the other day, right? I'm happy you could come back. Now, I recommend using this equipment, since you're a beginner. This is a treadmill. This will, of course, improve your physical stamina. You'll also learn some mental control by regularly checking your heart rate.
Oh.
And even when we're here, we can still take protein. And yes, I might be jumping all over the place with these saves.
Now, let's carry out our plan.
Because basically, as you can tell by everything we've done so far in this episode, I'm basically going around the world doing anything that I don't think we've shown off, and basically putting it all into this one video. So if I see something and I'm like, I don't think I showed that in the Let's Play, I'll slice it in here. You're running pretty fast. Be careful. You'll get tired out if you don't pace yourself well. Or that will happen.
Hey.
That was the only reason I wanted to show that. Because of that amazing face plant. As much as you may want to keep seeing that, in subsequent times you come back here, he doesn't face plant.
Nice going.
But, despite that amazing face plant, our max HP only goes up by 3, but here's the main appeal of it. Our max SP goes up by 2. And more than that, because of the protein shake, our max HP goes up by another 2 points, and our max SP goes up by another 1 point.
Wanna head back?
Now that we've done that, let's look at the next level of doing things here. We've come back once again. And if this is the save I think it is, by now, we should, maybe? Yeah. Why don't you try training with this next? We now have access to the bench press. So, same result, except obviously stronger results. And even stronger results to boot if we use our protein.
Let's carry out our plan. Hey, nice going.
And now our max HP increases by 5, and our max SP increases by 3. Protein drink carries out the same results as before.
Wanna head back?
And now let's look at the future levels of either training at the gym or training with the chair. Returning to the gym once again. We have now trained here enough so that we can upgrade from the weight. Or the bench press. So now we have the wooden dummy. It's great for martial arts training. Here, as you perform some kata practice moves, and you'll develop physical stamina. Yeah. Basically, it's the next step up. And we're still gonna take that protein. I may need to go buy some more protein soon.
Now, let's carry out our plan. Can I talk?
Yeah, we look kind of stupid there. Need to build up our
Nice
stamina
going.
first, but at the third level, our
Alright.
max HP goes up by 7, and our
Alright.
max SP goes up by 5. Not bad.
Alright.
Plus the results from the protein shake,
Alright.
obviously.
Wanna head back?
Now, the next thing we're going to do is not going to be weight related, because it's a little something that you might have noticed while playing the game for yourself. I certainly didn't notice it my first time going through here, but I caught it the second time around. Let's go see what that is. Alright, here we are. Just about when the lingual action is going to be taken. You might notice Kodo here is following us. And she'll basically stalk us wherever we go, trying to keep us in check. And why can I not talk to her? There we go. Yes, there are errands to do. I must be going. Basically, she's trying to cover for her not stalking you. A little nice touch that you may notice. Like I said earlier, I didn't notice it, but now I noticed it, and it's kind of funny that they put that in there. Alright, now let's go back to our physical training. Alright, let's look at the next level of training at
Do you
home.
wanna do it?
Let's go ahead and do some training here.
Yes!
And I won't take the protein this time.
Now, let's carry out our plan.
Yeah, now we're doing this.
Yeah!
Get on pace and work hard. However, if this is the save I think it is,
Nice! Nice going!
it totally is. So normally when you train at this level, you get, I want to say it's plus 7 HP? Plus 7 or plus 8 HP, somewhere around there. But if you train there long enough, eventually it doesn't become a challenge for you and it goes back down to 1. But since this is the maximum level, it might as well be a hobby, yeah.
Well then.
So, if you don't mind getting such a low increase, it might be alright, but let's take a look at what the gym has to offer. Going into the gym here.
Now, let's carry out. Oh!
No, I won't take the protein, because these are past
Did you change
saves.
your mind?
I just ended up making a bunch of saves, while I was working on these bonus videos. I like, okay, I'll show this. Actually, I think this is stuff I explained earlier. No, it's not quite. Basically, what I'm doing is making a bunch of saves and then
Nice
recording them all
going.
at once. Anyway,
Nice going!
I think this is also...
Alright.
Oh, no! Okay, that save comes a little later then.
Alright.
Max HP increases by 9 and max SP increases by 7. Just like with training at your house though, if you do this for long enough, eventually it goes down to, I think it's 1 HP and 2 SP? It could also be 1 HP and 1 SP. Not 100% sure on that.
Wanna head back?
So, if you're gonna be upping your maximum stats, I recommend using the using the gym, because it'll at least increase your SP as well. Alright, let's move on to the next thing I want to show. Alright, here we are on 7/1 specifically, July 1st. Because if you examine the TV on this day, it's time for the entertainment news. Popular idol Rise Kujikawa is releasing a new song. This time the theme is Mature Love. She's really gained a lot of sex appeal since she hit 20. And look at how sexy her outfit is too. So, gives you a little bit of an idea of where this is in the Persona timeline. Since, based on that, Rise is at least 20 years old now. So, this is a few years after Persona 4. It's kind of a nice Easter egg to put into the game, but that aside, let's look at the next thing. And if it's what I think it is, and I don't know whether or not it is, this is where we get to some of the more interesting stuff. Alright, here's where we start to get into the more interesting stuff. Well, we're starting with boring stuff, because we're here in Akihabara. Because, first of all, there's a capsule machine. It's only 500 yen to use. And if you're lucky... Main Dominion. Alright, that's not the one I was hoping for. You can get a few different capsules from here, but the main capsule you want to get from here is Mothman. Because if we talk to this guy... Yeah, I went ahead and got the Mothman figurine off camera, because he would not want to see me playing the capsule machine for hours. If you give him Mothman, he will give you the model gun item. And if you really want to keep grinding out Mothmen, which are extremely rare to get from this, you can keep getting model guns. It might not seem like it's worth it, but trust me, it is. Well, it's worth it to get the model gun. There are other ways you can get the model gun, but... Oh, the electronics store is closed. Can't show that stuff off. Alright, well... The electronics store has gifts. I already checked that earlier.
Oh.
Maid Cafe. We can increase our charm. Maids will make mistakes often. How you react to the blunder will determine the outcome of the visit.
Oh.
I'll show that off in a sec. Because that's gonna pass time, more than likely. Otaku Goods Shop, once again. It's a gift shop. Machine Parts Shop. Well, that's where I bought the stuff to repair the PC, which we will be talking about later. Retro Game Shop. We also showed off in the actual Let's Play. I do believe there is something in the arcade we want to show off. Unless I'm thinking it's something else. No, I think it's the crane game, actually. Or I could be full. Oh, no, maybe we have to go to this one? No. Ah, here we go. Give it a shot. I do recommend you do this because... See how good we are at the crane game. If my experience with crane games before has been any clue, we're usually not that lucky, although... Looks like we got something. Get Jack Frost doll. There are multiple items you can get from the crane game that you can display in your room. That's another thing we'll be covering later on. Later in this episode, in fact. Look forward to that. Anyway, I'll be real, I have not seen the Maid Cafe, so let's find out what that is together.
Oh.
We can't get any more charm, but at least we can see what the event is like. Atmosphere in here is kind of cute, in a cloying way.
Welcome home.
Clara, your clumsy maid. It would be my first time here. So happy you came. This is your home, so please relax. So what will your order be? Ooh, what do we want? Maybe too much for a clumsy maid. Might be hard for a clumsy maid. Let's go all in. Omelet.
Hey,
Man, this is pretty overwhelming. Oh, the pink hurts my eyes.
in that case,
Now I will start drawing with sincerity on your omelet. Alright, how are you gonna mess this up? What are you gonna write?
my apologies.
Ew. Trying to write earth-shattering.
Whoa!
Why did she pick that? Tried my best. Would you please forgive me? All is forgiven. So kind, you're amazing. I love you so much. I'll be your humble maid for the rest of eternity. I think you're going too easy on her, but I guess you learn how to be tolerant.
All right.
So that's kindness. So I guess depending on the what you pick, you can get different amounts of social stats, or different social stats go up in general. Okay, well there's an experience for you. Plus, you get charm by default.
All right.
My apologies.
Alright. Oh! Right, there's one other thing I need to talk about, which I'm just gonna slice in what I want to discuss here. You know how we got a model gun earlier, right? Well, don't answer that because you're not watching this live. Anyway, model guns, as I said, you want to stock up on. There are also other items that you may want to stock up on. And, well, as of now, I'm pretty sure the only other one you can stock up on is the Black Kodagama, which you can buy from the secondhand shop. There are also drops from treasure chests, but just trust me, you want to stock up on those. Alright, now I got that out of the way. So really nice having as kind of masters you.
Goodbye, Master.
Right, now I sliced in that little bit of knowledge very sloppily. Let's check out the next thing there is to check out. With this weird-ass music. Alright, the next thing on our list of objectives to tackle is a location we never went to in the main game. The Meiji Shrine. I'm not actually going to do anything here, but this is where you can pray. You can donate yen, and then you can pray for a good relationship with one of your confidants. Basically, you take
What do you
time
wanna do?
to boost your relationship with any character of your choice. It's a pretty nice thing. You can also do a very similar thing by going to Shinjuku and talking to Chihaya.
Oh,
You get a fortune reading.
what shall we do?
You got a luck reading, so you can increase the social stat, which we do not need by this point. Money reading, amount of money you get will increase if you win via an all-out attack. Affinity reading, fix your compatibility with a character, so you can deepen your connection with them. Basically the same thing the shrine does. And the special fate reading, you can view all of a character's confidant abilities. Now, once again, I'm not going to do this. I'm just showing that it's here, so if you want to use it in any sort of form, be my guest. Alright, let's go see what's next. Alright, the next thing to show off... Well, we showed this off in the actual Let's Play, but we have everybody with us now, so we're going to show off every... Oh, wait. I want to go by sets. We're gonna show off every single costume all at once. You don't exactly have a summer uniform for Taba. But while I'm doing this, there is something else I want to discuss. And that is, and this is going to seem like an awkward segue, but it'll make sense, trust me. I want to talk about, not personas. I don't want to talk about personas. Equip. I want to talk about a specific trophy. You know what? The winter uniform stuff, or like the standard stuff in the game, I'm gonna go ahead and skip over to save a little bit of time. But anyway, we'll go with swimsuit. There's a specific trophy I want to talk about a bit more, and that is a trophy known as Passionate Listener. Now, why I'm segueing to this will make sense soon enough, but thing is, Passionate Listener, you may not get it on your first try. You know, makes sense because, well, it's kind of a trophy you gotta grind out. But one thing that I did not say about Passionate Listener, because at the time I did not know, and now I do know, Passionate Listener, it does not count, like, if you start a New Game Plus file, it is not cumulative. The counter restarts at 0 and you gotta get them all again. I did not know that part, but that being said, what I recommend you do if you are having trouble with this achievement, or trophy more like, which you very well may, is get up to the point where you have a Akechi with you. Once you do that, go to Mementos and grind out as many lines as possible. There are multiple different kinds of lines that you can have. Take for example, there's lines for killing 2 enemies at once, there's lines for killing 3 enemies at once, all that. And not only that, there's also lines for when you get knocked down. There's lines for when you're inflicted with status ailments. There's lines for just about anything. Although, you can blur the lines for what counts as a line and what doesn't count as a line. It's a little hard to get a reading on it. I can confirm, though, if you are going through like navigation, looking at enemy strengths and weaknesses, that does not count towards the trophy. I thought it did. I was wrong about that. But now I know that I was wrong about that, and now you know that I know that I was wrong about it. There's Costume version 2. That might also be the Persona 2 one. I'm not sure. I need to play more Persona 1 too. I need to also learn how to... Oh my god. I need to learn how to navigate menus, that's what. Or know how to read. Seven Sisters High. So this should be... yeah, it looks like Trish Costume V2 was the Persona 2 one. Cool. Because Seven Sisters High is Persona 2. I mean, these... Oh, what? Oh, that must be, Akechi's equivalent. Alright. Anyway, what else is there to talk about other than we're getting in a bunch of different costumes? I mean, that's mainly the main subject of this. And granted, a lot of these we've already seen in the actual playthrough, but we didn't see all of them. Here's where we'll start to get interesting, because it's Catherine costumes is not just everyone wearing the same outfit. Instead, it's each character cosplaying as one of the Catherine characters. Of course, Akechi's got Boss's suit. So there's Catherine. And how many more suits do we have to go through? Because I have run out of things to talk about. Now we're... Oh. Yeah, now we're going into the, Oh, shit. Oh, no, I did get him. I thought for a second I didn't get the butler suit and the Christmas outfit packs, and I'm like, well, fuck. I guess I'll have to go get those and re-record this, but... good on me. I was being an idiot again. Somehow that sounds familiar. Me being an idiot. Unheard of. I also like how in a lot of these cases, Akechi just ends up being the black sheep out of these costumes. Kind of funny, especially considering what ultimately becomes of him. Okay, now the butler suits and maid uniforms. No, Morgana gets put in a maid uniform. I'm so sorry, Morgana. Akechi... Oh, what? Okay. I apparently keep forgetting to put Futaba, because I'm used to Akechi being the last one. I mean, that makes sense, right? Alright, let's get caught up. I think I also skipped over a swimsuit. So there it is. You've already seen it in the actual game, though, so that was kind of pointless. This... It's only on screen for a second. Look at it while you still can. In the maid uniform. There we go. Now we're caught with Futaba. Errors on my part. Always existing. Christmas outfits. Which... How close will this be to Christmas? I'm trying to get an estimate because, for reference, episode... I believe episode 161 went up earlier today. Okay, that's everyone. Here's the Christmas outfit. I know this we didn't show, as well as the butler outfit, because those ended up coming out, I believe, after I recorded the finale, if not, pretty close to. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. Futaba's a reindeer. Alright. What is the next of the outfits? The dance wear. Which I guess this is kind of fitting, since Persona 3 Dancing Moon Knight and Persona 5 Dancing Star Knight got announced. Which means you may actually be seeing these in the game. The full game. What does Akechi look like? I didn't get a good look at him. Yep. Alright. So, that is actually kind of funny that the dance wear, being their own original costumes, essentially ended up foreshadowing the Persona 5 Dancing Star Knight, at least. Didn't really foreshadow Persona 3 Dancing Moon Knight. But speaking of foreshadows, or things snuck into the game, one thing that was broken in the news recently, in the Persona news, was that one of the, if you look in the game's files, you can actually see an unfinished area for the dorm in Persona 3. Now, there might be some light shed on this by the time you're seeing this, but at this point, it's basically just speculation what this means. And one of the theories I've heard, which I could believe, but at the same time, I don't know if I can believe it, which is a really weird statement, could that be hinting at a Persona 3 remake? Now, it may seem a little weird, considering Persona 3's already been remade twice, in the forms of Persona 3 FES and Persona 3 Portable. This should be all the costumes. Now that I have bought time talking about random things, let's put everybody in their standard outfits one last time. Or once again, because they'll probably be staying in those for the rest of the game. And now we've had this 10-minute session of me talking about random things and us looking at costumes. Let's move on to the next thing that we still need to cover. Alright, we're now winding down to the last few things we want to do in this video. The next of these is in the Velvet Room. Because
For some rehabilitation.
now that we are in New Game Plus,
Execute 'em.
we go
When
into
you gather
Advanced
them up.
Fusion. We have one final persona to fuse. If you combine Arson, Anzu, Ishtar, Satan, Lucifer, and Michael. Keep in mind, because 3 of these are ultimate personas, you need to have maxed out Lover's, Judgment, and Star. You can fuse the most powerful persona in the game. Well, aside from Yoshitsune, but that's obvious.
You
Satanael.
okay with this?
Hello there.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
You can just inherit these, because I'm just going to give you the ones you're about to
receive a
learn.
great deal of power. My.
So this is the final fusion in the game that we're going to be doing. Hello there. I am Satanael. You would slay gods to protect the justice you believe in. Very well. I shall once again become your mask.
All
With
right.
that, we get Cosmic Flare, Heat Riser. Yes, get rid of Mabu for dying. Unshaken Will. And finally, Victory Cry. There is Satanael. Strong against all elements, nulls bless attacks, and drains curse attacks. Yeah, this thing's a behemoth. And with that, we've obtained every persona in the game.
You change your mind? Justine, you handle this. Read here.
As you can see, 100% completion. When I said at the end of the first run in the Compendium Checklist episode that we had every persona except for one, this is what I meant.
Are you finished?
And,
No slacking off.
more than that, if we head back to the real world and re-enter the Velvet Room, now that we have 100% of the personas in the Compendium, you've come. I have something to tell you. Every row in my inmate registry has been filled with the names of personas. Our master is very satisfied with the progress you've made toward your rehabilitation as well. As such, he has granted permission to lower the price of summoning personas to the lowest possible. Don't think you'll be getting them for free. The world isn't that easy. Still, I'll recognize the fruits of your labor. Well done, inmate. I'm surprised that you were able to gain this much power. Use that strength to its fullest to aid in your rehabilitation. So now,
You'd like to read here.
okay, remember before when arson was, what, 75 yen? Now it's a little under 50,000 yen. Even Satanael hasn't even broken 50,000. Have any of these personas broken 50,000 yen? So you'll have 48, 49s. No, I think 50,000 yen is just now straight up the highest amount a persona can be worth.
Are you finished?
So now we've done that. And at this point, there is
No
one
slacking
PlayStation trophy left for us to get. Well, 2 technically, but we're not counting the Platinum trophy. Well, we'll be getting that other trophy in another episode. But for now, there's still a few other things we need to finish up. So let's go take a look at those. Alright, the next thing we're going to be covering is going to be tackling 2 birds with 1 stone in this case. First of all, our room looks pretty well decorated. That's because I have gotten every single decoration in the game. So first of all are those 5 figurines you see above the work desk. Each of those, starting from when you can freely go to Akihabara, you play the arcade machine, there's a crane game in there, and each month when you play it, you'll get one of them, and there's 5 of them in total, 5 months, 1 per month. If that made any coherent sense to you. Next is the shelf. Want to try decorating your room? I've gotten every single gift in here, so let's go through how you get each of them. From top to bottom, the Swan Boat, you'll get from EY by taking him to Kashira Park. I believe for the nighttime confidants, if you just hang out with them when you can't rank up, they'll just take you there on your own. For the daytime ones, you do have to manually select on your map, and sometimes you will have to unlock them. The Ramen Bowl you get from Ryuji in Ogikubo, but this I think is a scripted one. Not 100% sure, but I believe that one is scripted, as long as you're doing the confidant. The Night Pennant you get from Kawakami by going to the Seaside Park, but it is second date, and it is romance only. So you gotta be a bit more due diligent about that. The Nude Statue you get from Yusuke in Ueno, and Nude Statue is one of the unique ones, because see those balloons in the corner? You can only display one thing in there in that position. I selected the balloons personally, and I'll explain why when we get there. Sky Tower Lamp you get from Chihaya in Asakusa, second date. The Giant Spatula you get from Haru in Tsukishima. The Shumai Cushion you get from Makoto in Chinatown, but it's only on Sundays or holidays. And it also goes in that slot, so that's what it looks like. The balloons, which I display very proudly in here, because it is... The balloons are going to be, out of these decorations, the most annoying one for you to get. Because you get them from Shinya, you have to take them to Destinyland, Maihama, I believe as it is on the map. And it's second date, it's holiday only, and it's rank 9 or above. And it's also, since it's holiday only, the only days you can physically receive this gift are on October 30th and November 3rd. The only way you're getting this is the balloons, is if you go out of your way to rank up your bond with Shinya. The I Heart Tokyo shirt you get from Futaba by going to Asakusa. The Idol poster you get from On by going to Harajuku. The star stickers you get by taking Yusuke to Ikaburuko. I totally botched that. Bukuro? I don't know these names. That location. Just look for a location that sounds somewhat like what I just muttered. The King piece you get from Hifumi by taking her to Jimbocho. Second date, rank 8 or below. And this does have an additional requirement, but it's just to make sure you don't use an external source of getting points towards the confidant, like, for example, praying. The hero figure, I have to keep manually looking at a list for this, which is why it takes time. Hero figure you get from Futaba in Akihabara. The Hamaya you get from Yusuke at the Meiji Shrine. The Jinaya doll you get from Makoto in Suidobashi, and that's what it looks like. The sushi mug you get from what's her name? Oh yeah, in Ginza. It's been a while since I've tried to do something like this. Can you tell? I don't record all of these all at once. The chocolate fountain you get from On in Shibuya. This is what it looks like. And finally, the Kumare, which you get from Haru from an invite given to you on November 6th. I think it's an in-bed invite, and all of my notes say here is invite on 11/6. So I don't know if it's you receive the invite on November 6th, or if you receive it the night of November 5th and receive the item on the 6th. I'm not sure. But just if you keep an eye out for it, you'll know it's there. So now that train wreck of storytelling is done, the other thing I want to do, because the date is currently 12/12, December 12th. This is very important. On this day specifically, it can probably be like a day or two later, but not that much later. You want to go to Tanaka's Shady Commodities. And there are two particular items that are added today. And I guess I can discuss Tanaka's Shady Commodities now. The way this works is you start with only a few items, but if you spend enough money, your card ranks up. I believe it is, how much is it? I think it's 200,000 to get the maximum rank. But he has stuff here like you can get the black Kogatana that you might need, black robe. He's got a few model guns. And he adds stuff as you continue through the game. But the main things you want are the late game stuff. The desecrated gear isn't too important, but I'll buy it just in case. The main thing you want is this. The unholy armor. You want to buy that. So now that we've bought that, let's talk about one of the final things left to talk about in this episode. Alright, now to talk about something that is long overdue. The ultimate equipment. And it involves using a fusion we have rarely
Time
used.
for some rehabilitation.
The electric chair execution.
Some modification,
So,
huh?
you need black Kogatanas.
It
You
will
need
become
model
a weapon.
guns, and you need black rocks and stuff of the like. Basically, you need black equipment to make these super special fusions. Now, one other thing you need to know about this. You can only make one of these per day, because these are very special items. You can only make one per day. So if you're thinking of making them all at once, don't even try it. Now, most of these items that you need, I'm not 100% sure as of yet, but I would like to say that, at least for the ultimate weapons, and an ultimate accessory, which your mileage may vary, but I'll get to that in a sec, you can find in Mementos. Out of those, the only one I have found so far in Mementos is the model gun. But I also found the model gun in a rare chest, which means it could just be a very slim chance to find them. So I'll try to figure it out, and I'll go from there. But we're going to be going through these as such. First, we're going to go through each of the characters' ultimate weapons, their ultimate melee weapons, then their ultimate guns, then the ultimate armor, which may be a little tricky to show off, but that'll make more sense when we get there, and what I consider the ultimate accessory. So, starting with fusing Satanayo away, we can obtain Paradise Lost.
This shall
Reduces
be the
curse damage
result.
high, has a good amount of attack. Let's create it.
Now be reborn.
Paradise Lost. Next, let's see what Morgana's ultimate weapon is. So, this is a little weird, because some of the characters' ultimate weapons
Go.
you actually buy from the airsoft shop. I know, I'm surprised too. I've already bought these for myself, but for
Sounds
Ryuji,
good.
his best weapon damage-wise is the Super Megado Rod.
Even
Alternatively,
though it gets dry in the winter,
if
be
you want
careful. Guns
something
are
from
prone
an
to misfire if
execution,
it gets too humid.
you can get the Rui Jingo Bang, which is 256 damage, 88 accuracy, but it gives you auto Tarukaja at the start of the battle. And if you want that, you have to execute Hanuman. And obviously, you know, have the Black Knife. The second ultimate weapon is the Hard Branch, which is On's best weapon damage-wise. You can see what it's got there. Alternatively, you can also get the Naraka Whip. 252 damage, 90 accuracy, high chance of freeze, and it is a... you have to execute Black Frost. I don't know why that was so hard to say, but apparently it was for me. And the last of the noteworthy things is a ranged weapon.
Alright, which one?
The Utopia. This is Morgana's ultimate weapon damage-wise.
The air is dry,
Alternatively,
so be careful when you're handling
You can go with the Sudarshana, which is 308 damage, 98 accuracy, and low chance of a random ailment. And you get that by executing Koryu. And you might notice something about the Utopia I have. I have the Utopia HP. Well, I'll buy another one to demonstrate that. That's because,
Okay.
remember, you can customize guns.
Alright, which one?
So I customized my Utopia to make it a Utopia HP.
Even that one? Take your time.
So because of that, it gets less accuracy, goes down to 90 as opposed to 100, but it goes from 326 to 360. Whether or not you want to do that is up to you, ultimately.
Come again.
I chose to do it, but you may think otherwise. Now that we have covered all that, let's go back to showing off ultimate weapons through executions. The next ultimate weapon is Morgana's ultimate weapon, Acclaim Solaris.
I see.
I'm gonna assume that's how you
It will
pronounce it.
become a weapon.
But, as you can see, 280 attack plus 50 SP.
So, this
That's
is what
already a
it will
great
become.
plus.
This may prove somewhat extreme.
Acclaim Solaris. And there's Morgana's ultimate weapon. So, we've already seen what On's quote-unquote ultimate weapon is, so let's look at Yusuke's. You've seen this ultimate weapon on the list a few times because we have to fuse away Yoshitsune.
I see. It will become a weapon.
This gives us Usumi Dori. 292 attack, and it has a high chance of fear.
Behold, it's new now. Be reborn.
There it is. Yusuke's ultimate weapon. Now, let's look at Makoto's ultimate weapon. Alright, before we make this next fusion, I have neglected to mention for the past two instances of this, since you need, I believe Mother Harlot is what we needed for, freaking, what is it, Morgana's ultimate weapon, we need a Mother Harlot. Because of that, you need to have Empress maxed. In addition to that, you need Yoshitsune for Yusuke's ultimate weapon. So, and in order to fuse Yusuke, you need to have Magician maxed because the ultimate Magician persona is required. Now we're caught back up on that. Cybele, the ultimate Priestess persona, you fuse
Looks like it'll
Cybele
become a
away,
weapon.
you get Sabazios. 280 damage, high critical rate.
Behold, it's new. This
Let's
may
make
prove
it.
somewhat extreme.
And now to see the last of the melee weapons. So let's look at Haru's. And now for the last of the ultimate melee weapons. By fusing away Beelzebub, the ultimate devil persona, you can make the Fleurs du Mal,
I see.
Haru's
It will
ultimate
become
weapon.
a weapon.
Behold, its new form. Into a new form.
Let's make it. And I neglected to mention this, but there is an alternative best weapon that you can make for Makoto. If you fuse away Ashura, you can make the Vajra. It is 272 damage versus 280 with what we made. But unlike the weapon that we made, which gave us plus critical rate up, this one gives random ailment high. Now, personally, I prefer critical rate up, but if you prefer random ailment, go for it. Alright, that's all the melee weapons. Let's look at the guns. Alright, let's start to talk about ranged weapons now. For this one, you need Lucifer. Now, in order to fuse Lucifer, you need to have the Moon Confidant maxed, you need to have the Justice Confidant maxed, you need to have the Judgment Confidant maxed, and obviously you need to have the Star Confidant maxed in order to fuse Lucifer, as your reminder. Because you need Metatron and Satan to fuse Lucifer, and then you also need Sandalphon to fuse Metatron.
Looks like
So
it'll
let's
become
make
a
the
weapon.
Tyrant Pistol. Magic plus 10, good amount of damage. An alternative you might want
Behold,
as an ultimate
its
weapon
new form.
is the Nataraja, which is 360 damage, 94 accuracy, but it gives you plus 5 to all stats.
Into a new form.
Now, in order to make that gun, you need Metatron, which you need him anyway for this, technically. So, there you go. I'm going with Tyrant Pistol, but if you want the Nataraja, be my guest. That being said, let's look at Ryuji's ultimate gun. By sacrificing Shiva, we can get Ryuji's
see.
ultimate weapon.
It will become a weapon.
Megado Fire. 380 damage, critical rate up low, but still critical rate up.
This shall be the result. Into
Let's make
a new
it.
form.
There's Ryuji's ultimate weapon. Next up, Ann's ultimate weapon. For Ann's ultimate weapon, you're gonna need Odin, the ultimate Emperor persona. With Odin, you can make Wild Hunt.
I see. It will become a weapon.
Plus Despair medium, good amount of damage.
This shall be the result.
Let's
Into
make
a
it.
new form.
There it is. Next up is Yusuke's ultimate gun. By executing Uriel,
Looks like it'll become a weapon.
we can make Yusuke's ultimate gun, Heaven's Gate. Nice amount of damage, agility plus 10.
So, this is what this may prove
Sounds
somewhat
good.
extreme.
There it is. Next is Makoto's ultimate gun. By fusing away Michael, you can get Judge of the Dead.
Looks like it'll become a weapon.
Makoto's ultimate gun.
So, this is what it will
All
become.
stats plus 10. How could you say no to
This
that?
may prove somewhat extreme.
There's Judge of the Dead. And all that leaves, in terms of weaponry, is Haru's ultimate gun. For Haru's ultimate gun, you need Ball.
Looks like it'll become a weapon.
And you can make Yog Rush. Plus shock medium, 330 attack. Pretty nice.
So, this is what it will. This may prove somewhat extreme.
There it is. And that is all the ultimate guns. Obviously, we're not going to be showing off Akechi's ultimate equipment because, well, he's only a temporary party member. So, let's move on to the ultimate armor. Another box came for me! That is very important. Because you get the unholy armor that we ordered way back when. And that is particularly important because if I go back up here, let's check trade commodities again. Now we just received our order. As you can see, oh no, it's still here. So you can buy another unholy armor. The problem is, I'm pretty sure by the time it gets here, it's gonna be too late. Because, as we know, the last in-game day is the 24th. It is the 19th now. We ordered this on the 12th. So, based on all that, you only get one unholy armor per playthrough. So, what do we do with this unholy armor? Well, we use a function that we haven't used at all. The laundry. If I can use the damn thing.
Hey,
Costs 200 yen. Up to 4 items can be washed in a cycle. What item you receive is up to luck, though. So, we've got a number of different armors. The only one I'm going to be washing is the... Oh no, I'll wash the desecrated gear as well. I'm gonna add unholy armor as well. Run the wash as is. I'll do it myself. And we can now quick travel here. Not that matters because we're at the end of the game.
hey.
Thing is shaking a lot.
Oh,
So what do we get from it?
and
Silver Vest and Soul Vest. Alright, that's not bad. But there is a particular catch to this. The Silver Vest, I'm pretty sure, came from the Desecrated Gear, and the Soul Vest came from the Unholy Armor. With the Desecrated Gear, the best possible item you can get is a melee equip called Karna's Robe. It's 273 defense, it's 20 evasion, and it reduces physical damage medium. But the main eye-catching thing is what you can potentially get with the Unholy Armor. What you can potentially get is one of 4 different things, and I happen to get the worst of them. Soul Vest is the worst out of the things you can get with Unholy Armor. 263 defense, 15 evade, plus 40 SP, and it's a unisex item. But the Unholy Armor is also how you get the best armor in the game. It can also drop one of the other 3 pieces of armor. You can either get the Hat and Robe Plus, which is 275 defense, 25 evade, plus 5 magic. It's a female equip. You can get the Nekomata Coat Plus, 287 defense, 29 evade, and plus evade physical high. Or is that physical? No, that's supposed to be evade psi, is it? No. I am bad at reading. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say physical. It says evade PSY. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's physical. I think I'm just being stupid again. Who's surprised? Not me. And the last of the equipment you can get is the Demon's Jacket Plus. 304 defense, 21 evade, strength +5, and it's Melee's equipment. It is, as I said earlier, the strongest equipment in the game. But there are some alternatives that you may want to consider, considering you only get one of those per playthrough. And this is in case you don't want to play through the game 8 times. Let's go look at it. For an alternative to the best armor in the game, you can also fuse away Satan to get the Tantric Oath.
I guess it'll give you some protection.
Reduces magic damage high, 272 defense. Pretty alright. Problem is, it is men only. But
This shall be the result.
this is getting the best you're gonna get
Into
from
a new
men.
form.
So let's look at alternatives for women's armor. And Morgana's armor as well. Alright, this next piece of gear, it's universal, but it's DLC only, as you have to fuse away Messiah.
I guess it'll give you some protection.
But we can get the Lucifer Guard. It's basically the same armor as before, except it's not quite as defensive, but it's also universal armor.
So, this is what it will become. Into a new form.
There's the Lucifer Guard. Alright. Now that we have fused that, let's look at some other good alternatives. Another piece of armor that you may have actually gotten without realizing it was one of the best armors in the game. And I've been wearing it this whole time. The Immortal Vest, gotten from a request. You only get one per playthrough. The 304 defense is just about the best you're getting defense-wise. So there's that. And there's some other alternatives. The last of the recommendations I can give for armor is the Soul Vest. Universal armor once again. It does not say here, but the Soul Vest is 263 defense, 16 evasion. It also gives you plus 20 SP. And it's just kind of really good for that reason alone. Problem is, you have to grind out 100,000 points. That's a lot of points. Now, alternatively, if you wash the same armor from earlier, you can potentially get soul vests. But you might just want to go with some of the ultimate equipment at that point. But it's still here if you want it. And that does it for armor. Now, the final thing we're going to talk about. The ultimate accessory. At least what I consider the ultimate accessory. Alright, so early game, the SP Adhesive 3 is obviously a good choice because you can't normally recover SP. There's not usually a place you can go where while you're in a dungeon, where you can just fully heal like there is in Persona 3 and Persona 4. That is until you get to the end where you can talk to the Velvet Room attendees and they'll heal you for free. So you might want something to replace that SP adhesive then. That's where Crystal Skull comes in handy.
It appears it will become something protective.
Raises all your stats by 5, and gives you Evade Magic High. This is what I consider the best accessory in the game. So let's make it.
Behold, it's now. Be reborn.
There it is. And with that, that is
Finished
everything
when
around the
finished.
world I wanted to cover.
No slacking off.
It has been quite a long episode with how much we've had to cover. So with that, next time on Persona 5, we only saw one romance event in the actual Let's Play. Why don't we see the rest of them? See you guys then.